Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to the Joy of Business YouTube channel and Facebook page.
And future Instagram page.
Your Instagram page. My name is Rachel O'Brien, and this is Leandra Costa.
Yes,
And the both of us are part of, I guess you'd call it a movement. Yeah,
I
it's a
love
movement.
that. It's a
Yeah,
movement.
it is a movement. We are both part of a movement called Joy Business, created by Simone Melissus. And that movement, we're going to give you one principle of Joy Business today. If you're coming across these lives and you haven't heard of it, here's the book. And so, what we're going to talk about, myself and Leandra are going to do these weekly lives, and they're geared at being educational about Joy Business and the different ways that we create business. That's very different to mainstream. And so today we're going to talk about the biggest principle, which is business is about receiving. It's not about taking, it's not about getting. Do you want to talk about that? So
Yeah,
first of all,
and
yeah, yeah.
yeah, go.
First
First
of
of all,
all, write this down. Business is about receiving.
yes. And I love that also we ask the question for those lives they are, what if business is the adventure of living? And then
Mhm.
adding there, what if business is about receiving? Receiving everything, really, when you're leaving and then you are here out and about and everything, all sorts of places in your life, you're really living it. And it is this place of receiving from everything. And how can you be with your business in that way?
Well, this is the thing. One of the things that I found. So, what's the difference between receiving and, let's say, getting up in the morning and looking at your business and doing? Okay, let's.
Mm.
So, receiving is about accessing all information that you have a capacity to ask questions, and in asking those questions, you will access the information that you're looking for. So, instead of going to a fixed point of view, this is my business as a limitation. It is about what you can receive. And when you're present with receiving, then what can you create? And so let's take an example. Today, I am looking at living in the UK, and I'm an Irish resident currently. And so, what impacts does that? What impact does that have on my business? What are the impacts of that from a tax and revenue system? And so often, many of us go, "My businesses are Irish,"
Mm.
you know, whereas actually
Set.
set
Mm.
exact. My business is Irish. I'm Rachel O'Brien. I'm Irish. And so Joy Business is not about defining you as an image, Leandra Costa. This is her definition. This is her image. It's actually looking at you continuously growing. And so getting all the information that allows you to grow and develop beyond your structures, beyond your culture. And I'm very proud to say, and so are you, Leandra, that Joy Business is actually it's an international
Yep.
business where me as an Irish girl talking to a Brazilian who's now living in Ireland and actually does business in Brazil,
Mm.
And so Joy Business is this global network of a way to receive what it is that you can contribute to the world with your business. And so business from receiving is who can you contribute to? Who is looking for your product, your service? It is always about going beyond limitation because every definition will limit you. And it's about leaning into the possibilities that most of us, I'm going to say that we're trained to deny in regard to like fixing us as a structure and this is the way my business is instead of I can grow and I can deliver my service anywhere in the world.
Well, and this is this reality with business, isn't it? You go to a business course or college, and then there's not many questions. It's following up on the structure, as you mentioned. So joy of business is really this movement where you get to learn to be with yourself, learn more on being with you and asking questions. And that's, to me, is what you brought up to now, Rach, is that when you create your business and you are asking questions, and it can be from moving countries to, how do I pay this tax here? Or, what would work best for me in my business? And that's where I see that when someone comes and do a class with Joy Business, which you have many classes, many different ones, they leave the class like, what was that? And you could say more, Rach, because you are constantly facilitating those classes and workshops from Joy Business. What do you get that people leave with more than anything?
I would say the biggest, thank you so much. I would say the biggest takeaway for people is recognizing that they would like to live in a different world when it comes to business, as in business not being like power over, or who has the power. Leandra has the power, Rachel has the power. And when I'm talking about power over, I'm talking about control. The big difference with Joy Business is about receiving Leandra as a powerful person in her abilities, in her capacities, in what she's capable of, and so I would say people, when they recognize that it's not a power over system, that it is about empowering you to know what you know, the Access Consciousness mantra. So Leandra has grown. I've known you years now, and I've seen you like grow and change roles within Access Consciousness, within Joy Business, and I've seen you grow, develop, become stronger in the way that you work with people, in the way that you be and do business. And so it's not about control, it's about empowerment of the other person. And when people recognize that they don't have to be diminished, that they can have their voice and say it's about what do you know about business. And so I'm very clear the world that I would like to live in regard to business is a world that empowers, not disempowers and controls, And I think that's the main thing about business from receiving. And then people come away being, can I contribute? Like the people that we meet, it's so funny. The people that we meet are such contributors. Contribution is, I will improve your living with my service. With, I just got my car, my car isn't to be fixed today. Yeah. And so I will improve your life with my service. And then that requires you to actually have a pride in the work that you deliver. And when you've pride in the work that you deliver, you don't take, you actually receive. So people, the greatest gift they get is, I can contribute, and I know I would like to be the wave of change when it comes to business. I don't want to function from fear and taking and lack. I am going to function from what I can contribute, what I can choose, and what I can actually gift to the world with my skills, capacities, talents, and actually get paid for that,
I love that. And it's that and so much more, isn't it? They really, I can see people, and yes, as you mentioned, myself, and now I'm going to mention you, that I know you for so many years, and I think most of that, you being a Joy of Business facilitator, and I see your business as a facilitator, a certified facilitator, growing as well. And you traveling worldwide and also facilitating all the specialties. So me to see you, how you take your business from, I would say when I met you, you were kind of settled in Ireland, and now you really travel the world. That to me is joy in business, and joy of business is creating and asking questions on where to go and what would be what would you contribute more, and so on. Would you say that it's what it is for you?
I'm so grateful that you brought this up, because I think we can very easily forget where we started and how far we've come. I think we're trained in business to look at what's missing instead of being grateful for what we have, and what we have received. And so I now have a global business. I just came back from facilitating in America last week, and I go to Kuwait on Wednesday. And I couldn't have even imagined what was possible in regard to asking a question and coming out of form, structure, and significance, and really coming into a simple question, Leandra, is what would I like to create with the world? What would I like to create with my business? And I guess through I'm going to say this loving, supporting presence of Simone Melissa's, which we both have received, and of Gary Douglas, I've actually developed in a way that I trust myself and I'm very clear on what I would like to have in our world. And people just adore this work, they really do. And their lives become greater, and they access possibilities that they had never even ventured into or thought it was possible to venture. You off to Texas this week and going to class and riding horses and being on the ranch, so
What a gift.
what a gift there is. When you gift and people's lives become greater, there's a receiving in that too, and so we're totally biased.
We are.
And I know I can still get stressed, I still can be like, oh, how do I make this work? And to finish today, it's when you relax, we're not talking about like drinking beer and watching Netflix or going to the beach and not doing anything, but we're talking about a deep relaxation of, I'm going to say, cheerfully going towards your future. Everything works, everything works. And when you have the information, in regard to what you would like to create and the systems you can create to do business your way, there is a beautiful business is the adventure. Business does become the adventure of living. And I suppose the big thing is you've got to, I think Shannon O'Hara, who's the creator of Talk to the Entity, said, if you're going to get to the castle, you got to swim through the moat.
I love that. Get your muscles on,
So you've also got to weed out the points of views you have in regard to business is difficult, business is from the other side of town, business is only for rich people, all these points of views. There's not enough, there won't be more people, there's not enough money. You've really got to, I'm going to say, weed out the points of views in the moat so that you can actually have the castle. And it's not a wish, it's actually, you can create that when you're willing to be whatever it takes. Yeah.
Beautiful mic drop. We end with a boom, Rachel Bryan.
With a boom, boom, boom. So happy Monday. What glorious adventures can you have with your business today? And if you knew you couldn't fail, then what could you choose?
Exactly. And we will be here with you, myself and Rachel. We will be talking to more facilitators, Joy Business facilitators from all over the world in the next 4 weeks, Rachel, 4 or 5 weeks. So stay tuned. And we have a lot to bring up and talk and receive and gift. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks so much.